All right, so here's the assignment. I'm not going to do a ton of them. I'm just going to do a few, and you can just kind of use this as a reference. Okay, so this first one, I want to factor stuff out first, and I'm going to factor out above just because I don't have very much room to write. A couple things I want to look at is my A value is already positive, so I do not want to factor out a negative. And they are all, let's see, 24 is divisible by 3 and 8 and 6 and 4. 45 is not divisible by 6. It's not divisible by 8. So I think the biggest thing I can factor out is a 3 here. And then all of them have at least 3 copies of m. So I'm going to do that. That's going to leave me with 8 m to the third minus 10 m minus 9. Okay, and then we can always look at what we have left in our parentheses to see if there's anything else that we can factor out. Sometimes we may not get the greatest common factor, so we can look here again. There's nothing that's going to be in common between 8, 10, and 9. So, and then because this is a cubed and a first, this is not a quadratic, so I'm done. I can actually leave that there. Okay, let's do the same thing down here. We've got a 5, and there's only one m right here. So I've got a 5m, and that's all I can factor out. So 5m to the fourth minus 9m squared, because I'm pulling one out, n, and then minus 9. I've already pulled the m out, so n to the seventh, and that's completely factored. Okay, this one we're doing that factor by grouping, and I actually want to do my little dotted line here. So I can pull out an m, so that leaves me with m minus 3, and I know that I have to have an m minus 3 over here. So I'm going to factor out a negative 5, so it leaves me with m minus 5, m minus 3. Let's see, there's a few of them in here that when we get down to this point, you might have a difference of squares, so just be aware of that could be a thing. Let's see. No, let's go factor by grouping. Yeah, let's do this one. It's got 2 variables in it, so that's fine. Come here, I can pull out a b, so leaves me with a plus 10. And then I know that this has to be a plus 10. Well, it's already negative a minus 10, so I'm pulling out just the negative 1. So I got b minus 1, a plus 10. Okay. I don't think we did any with 2 variables, so this one will be a good one. This is a quadratic. I'm going to treat it the exact same way. This is 74, negative 75. So that's going to be 75 and negative. Oops, nope, that's wrong. So right here is actually going to be negative 74. Goodness. And a negative 1. And so what I'm doing is I've got x minus 74 and then y, because that's my other one. And then I've got x minus y on my last one. Okay, let's do another one that has 2 variables in it. So I've got my x, and then I've got 1 times negative 19, so that gives me negative 19, negative 18. So that is a negative 19 and a positive 1, because I add those together, that'll give me a negative 18. So I've got r, s, and then that's going to be minus 19s and plus just 1s. So there's my answer. That one's pretty straightforward. These are all pretty straightforward. A equals 1. Okay, well, here's one where a doesn't equal 1. So I'm going to give me negative 22 and a negative 9. And that's going to be 11 and 2. But so it's going to be negative 11 and a positive 2. So x minus 11, x plus 2. But in this case, our a value is not 1. It's going to be 2x minus 11 because that is simplified, so I can move it. And then 2 divided by 2 is 1, so x plus 1. Okay, so this one we're going to divide by 10 after we do our x factor. This one we're going to divide out that negative 3 first. So it gives me a squared minus or plus 7a plus 9. And once again, we just do this real quick. 9, 7, 2, let's see. Oh, that's wrong. Sorry, that's a 6. So that's 6, 6. There we go. That makes more sense. So that's 6 and 1. Wow, I'm all over the place here. So negative 3a plus 1, a plus 6. All right. Can divide out a 3 on all those. Maybe more. I don't think so, though. That might be it. So again, I want my a factor to be positive. C squared plus 34c plus 186. That'd be 1. So that'd be 93. We just have to find factors of 93. I think it's 31. So 31 and 3. So 93, 31. Oops. 34. So that's 31 and 3. So negative 2, c plus 31 plus 3. Let's see. This one I can factor out a 5w. You can solve. Let's see. So here we are looking at this one's got a lot going on. So I can factor out a y. That was 16w squared minus 49a squared. And then you can actually take the square root of all of these things. So this one is a difference of squares. So I got y and then 4w, and the square root of 49 is 7, so plus 7a minus 7a. Can we factor out of that? Probably just 5, which leaves me with 25c squared minus 16z squared. So once again, this is a factor of squares, or difference of squares. This one is a sum of cubes. And I think it's 7. Cube root of, let's see here. We'll just go to my calculator. So, whoops, not now. Clear the cube root of, was it 343? Yep. Oh, okay, wait a minute. 343. Oh, cube root, yeah, so 7. So, we could have, let's get to the first one is going to be a plus sign, and the next one is going to be a minus, then a plus, because it follows that pattern. So we got 1, 7c, so 1, and then 1 times 7 to c is 7c. and then plus 49c squared. Okay, I've got a v in each one of these and a 4, so 4v. So leaves me with u squared plus 4uv plus 4v squared. So this is a quadratic. So I've got 4 and 4. So that's 2 and 2. So 4v and then u plus 2v and then u plus 2v. And we could rewrite this as 4v and then u plus 2v squared because they're the same. Divide these by 8. I think each one, nope, 36 is not divisible by 8, so it's going to be 2 or 4. I think each one goes into it. You can take a 4 out of each one. And an s. So that'll turn it back into a quadratic. This one is a sum of squares or sum of cubes. So that would be a 7. Oh, actually, we have to pull that out first. So n, and then 343y cubed plus, let's see, 216. Let's come back here, clear it out. 216, do the cube root is 6. So we got n, and then we got positive, and then negative, and then a positive. The 7y plus 6, so 49y squared. Then 7y times 6 is going to be 42y, and then 36 is our last one. And so that whole thing is the answer. So again, we can factor out the c, and then it's going to be sum of cubes. 500. Oh, we can factor out a 2. Actually, a 4. So factor out a 4. That's going to be 125u cubed plus x cubed. And that's sum of cubes. So there's a lot of those here at the end. Factor out an n. Let's get to turn this one into a quadratic and something else. Okay, so this one is for you guys. I'm going to post it on just Canvas. You can watch through it. Okay.